Chosen ones, listen closely. The currents of your life are moving with precision, carrying you toward a place only your spirit can recognize. Every step, every challenge, every moment of stillness has been guiding you here to a path that matches your deepest essence. I am Shi Hing Yi, and today you will uncover truths that few have been taught, hidden principles of Shaolin mastery, ancient mindfulness practices, and the subtle ways your inner power shapes the world around you. In this video, you will learn how to sense the timing of your destiny, how to align your thoughts, energy, and actions so that your spirit resonates with the land you are meant to inhabit. You will discover the quiet strength in stillness, the power in disciplined attention, and the courage required to step beyond the familiar into the realm that calls your name. These are lessons rarely spoken outside the walls of ancient temples, yet they have been whispered through generations to those who are ready to truly awaken. By the end of this journey, you will not only understand the path that is unfolding before you, but also feel the subtle shifts in your own spirit that indicate it is time to move with clarity and purpose. Hidden in these practices are keys to recognizing divine guidance in every circumstance, unlocking doors that have remained closed until now. Welcome to Shaolin Soulfire, where the ancient meets the conscious and your spirit finds resonance in the world around you. If your soul is ready to rise, join us on this path. Subscribe now and prepare to step into the land that has been waiting for you all along. Time moves in silence, yet every instant carries a purpose unseen. Chosen ones, there is a rhythm to your life that is older than thought, older than ambition, older even than fear. Today, I remind you that the path you walk is guided by a hand both gentle and precise. God's movements are never random. Each encounter, each obstacle, each quiet moment of reflection is arranged to lead you toward the land that mirrors your spirit. In the temples of Shaolin, we study patience not as a virtue, but as a force, as tangible as the ground beneath our feet. The seasons teach it, the river teaches it. A seed buried in darkness does not sprout before its time. So too with your journey, the signs are present, yet they unfold only when you are prepared to see them. Attempting to rush, forcing the current, or wrestling against the natural flow creates tension, confusion, and delay. There is a subtle art in waiting. It is not idleness but active alignment. While the world moves in noise and haste, you cultivate awareness within. You observe the movements of your own energy, the rise and fall of your thoughts, the stirrings of your spirit. In this space, divine timing becomes visible. Moments once overlooked appear as messages. Opportunities once unseen now emerge clearly. Resistance is the shadow that obscures this clarity. When you cling to outcomes, when impatience guides your steps, the path bends away. When you release control, when you trust the unfolding, the current carries you steadily to where your spirit belongs. Every pause, every hesitation, every silent breath is preparation for the next step in a dance choreographed by life itself. Flow with it, and the land that calls your name will rise to meet you. There is a place within you where thought, intention, and action meet. A quiet center where the soul speaks clearly and the mind listens without distraction. The land that matches your spirit does not respond to force or desire alone. It responds to the harmony of your inner state. When your energy, your choices, and your focus align, the world itself seems to shift in recognition, revealing paths that were always present but invisible to the restless mind. Ancient Shaolin teachings guide us to cultivate this alignment through discipline and mindfulness. Each movement, each breath, each thought becomes a tool for synchronization. Walking slowly, observing the rise and fall of energy, attending fully to every task, these are not acts of mere practice. They are acts of preparation, tuning the inner instruments so that the spirit, mind, and body resonate together. Mindfulness is the bridge. By observing without judgment, by noticing patterns of thought and feeling, you begin to see the subtle signals that guide your steps. A decision made in clarity carries far more weight than countless hurried attempts. When intention and action move in concert with inner truth, obstacles soften and opportunities appear with effortless timing. Discipline is the silent backbone of this mastery. It is not harsh or rigid, but steady. The small choices repeated daily, moments of focus, restraint, reflection, accumulate, shaping the internal landscape that then reflects outward. The clearer your inner world, the more naturally the external world mirrors your readiness. The land that resonates with your spirit is not distant or unreachable. It is drawn toward the clarity, balance, and purpose cultivated within. When thought, intention, and action dance together in harmony, life itself seems to bow in response, opening doors that were always meant for you and aligning the world with the quiet wisdom of your soul. Silence is not emptiness, it is the language of the soul. In the quiet moments where movement ceases and thought slows, a deeper awareness begins to stir. Shaolin masters have long taught that stillness is the foundation of true mastery. Without it, strength is scattered, decisions are clouded, and the spirit loses its connection to the currents guiding life. Through meditation, breath, or deliberate pauses in daily routines, stillness becomes a tool, a practice of listening. In these moments, the voice of God, the whisper of intuition, and the subtle rhythms of the world all become audible. The mind, often restless and hurried, learns to settle, creating space for insight that is otherwise drowned in noise. Each pause is an invitation to observe without interference, to witness the unfolding of life with clarity rather than impatience. Stillness is not passive, it is an active discipline, a quiet sharpening of awareness, like water in a calm pond. When the surface is undisturbed, reflections appear with clarity. In the same way, the heart and mind reveal the path ahead when they are still, showing where to act, where to wait, and when movement carries meaning. Actions born from this clarity hold power and precision that impatience or distraction can never achieve. Ancient wisdom reminds us that the world often moves too fast, but life unfolds according to deeper rhythms. By embracing stillness, you align with these rhythms, attuning yourself to opportunities, dangers, and guidance that only the patient eye can see. The strength of a master is not measured by constant motion, but by the ability to be fully present, to remain calm, and to act decisively when the moment calls. In stillness, the spirit learns its timing, and mastery begins from within. There is a weight that many carry unknowingly, the weight of expectations, of fears, of attachments that no longer serve the journey. It clings silently, shaping choices, clouding vision, and slowing the steps toward the life that calls your spirit. Shaolin wisdom teaches that holding on too tightly is like gripping water. The tighter you grasp, the more it slips through your fingers. True mastery begins when you release. Letting go is not surrender in weakness, but a disciplined act of clarity. It is the recognition that certain paths, people, or beliefs, no matter how familiar, may hinder the flow of life meant for you. By observing without clinging, by acknowledging without resisting, the mind learns to move in harmony with the currents instead of against them. Each act of release lightens the inner landscape, creating space for guidance, insight, and opportunities that were once hidden beneath the weight of attachment. Fear often masquerades as protection, urging you to remain where you are, to cling to the known. But the unseen path holds growth, revelation, and alignment with your highest self. Trust is the bridge that allows the spirit to step forward despite uncertainty. When the heart lets go of insistence, life itself begins to carry you, revealing the next step at precisely the moment it is meant to appear. Ancient masters remind us that freedom is born within. It is not found in circumstances or possessions, but in the courage to release and to flow. Discipline in letting go strengthens the soul, sharpens discernment, and cultivates an inner serenity that nothing external can disturb. The more resistance dissolves, the more the path aligns with your spirit, moving effortlessly toward the land prepared for you. In this surrender, true freedom awakens, and the journey becomes not just a passage, but a living reflection of inner mastery. Discipline is the silent forge where the spirit is tempered. Without it, even the greatest potential remains scattered, unshaped, and unrealized. In the teachings of the Shaolin, mastery is never accidental. It is the product of consistent effort, applied to body, mind, and spirit, with equal devotion. Each day offers a choice to act with awareness and repetition, or to drift in distraction and convenience. Consistency is not a burden but a bridge. Daily rituals, mindful habits, and careful self-regulation are the channels through which energy, intention, and action flow together. Rising before the world stirs, attending to the body with movement, nurturing the mind with study or reflection, and tending the spirit with silence or prayer. These are small acts, yet they accumulate into profound readiness. Discipline trains the senses to notice subtle guidance, to recognize the opportunities that others overlook, and to respond with clarity rather than impulse. The land that matches your spirit does not appear to the restless or the undisciplined. It resonates with those who have cultivated inner order, whose energy is steady and whose actions are deliberate. Each act of discipline is a tuning of the internal instruments, aligning the heartbeat, breath, and intention with the unseen currents of life. When this alignment exists, the world itself seems to mirror readiness, presenting openings that were previously hidden, revealing the divine opportunities awaiting those prepared to receive them. Ancient masters remind us that discipline is not punishment, it is devotion. It is the conscious shaping of character, the cultivation of patience, and the honoring of purpose. By training the body, calming the mind, and awakening the spirit, the soul becomes resonant with the destiny it is meant to meet. In this resonance, life flows with guidance, and the land prepared for your spirit emerges naturally, reflecting the harmony you have forged within. The world around you is a reflection, a silent mirror of the energy you carry within. Every thought, every emotion, every subtle vibration leaves an imprint upon the life you experience. The Shaolin masters have long taught that mastery begins inside. The external landscape only follows the patterns etched by your inner state. Calmness, clarity, and purpose within manifest as harmony, opportunities, and alignment without. Mindfulness is the lens through which this mirror becomes visible. By observing the rise and fall of thoughts, the currents of feeling, and the impulses that guide action, you begin to see the subtle ways energy shapes reality. A restless mind attracts chaos. A heart clouded with fear invites obstacles, while disciplined focus, patience, and gratitude radiate outward, drawing circumstances that resonate with your inner rhythm. Transformation begins with awareness. By attending to the quality of attention and the intention behind every choice, you shape the inner world that projects outward. When inner clarity emerges, confusion fades from the environment. When calm presence is cultivated, turbulence outside softens. The land, the people, the experiences that meet you are no longer random. They reflect the coherence of your own spirit. Shaolin philosophy reminds us that this is not magic but law. The microcosm mirrors the macrocosm. The energy you nurture, the discipline you maintain, and the mastery you cultivate within become the foundation upon which the external world settles. When fear, attachment, or distraction are released, the mirror clears, revealing a reality aligned with purpose and resonance. Through consistent reflection and disciplined awareness, the outer world becomes a companion to growth rather than a source of struggle. By transforming the inner terrain, the environment naturally shifts, offering a life that mirrors the depth, clarity, and mastery you have cultivated within. Growth waits beyond the edges of familiarity. The land that truly resonates with your spirit often lies outside the safe confines of routine and habit. Comfort tempts the mind with ease, yet it is in the unfamiliar, the uncertain, and the challenging that the soul discovers its full depth. Shaolin philosophy teaches that courage is not the absence of fear, but the presence of awareness and discipline in its face. Stepping into the unknown requires more than impulse. It demands preparation of body, mind, and spirit. The masters practiced deliberate exposure to challenge, moving through discomfort with steady breath and focused attention. Each step into uncertainty was an exercise in presence, a way to strengthen the spirit's capacity to respond rather than react. Fear becomes a teacher when approached with calm observation, revealing limits to release and strength yet untapped. Discipline and courage are intertwined. Daily cultivation of focus, self-regulation, and clarity sharpens the ability to act decisively when the path requires movement beyond comfort. Every small choice to confront hesitation, every moment of mindful decision in the face of uncertainty accumulates, preparing the spirit to meet opportunities that cannot be reached from stagnation. True alignment with life's currents is found when courage is applied consistently. The unfamiliar, once daunting, becomes a space of learning and transformation. The challenges encountered are not obstacles, but mirrors reflecting readiness, resilience, and inner mastery. When fear is met with presence rather than avoidance, the soul steps into territories that match its frequency. Ancient wisdom reminds us that the world outside is a reflection of the world within, and the boundaries we fear are often self-imposed. To move beyond comfort is to honor the spirit's calling, to follow the quiet guidance that points toward growth, purpose, and the land prepared to receive the one who dares to walk forward with courage. The path that honors your spirit is rarely obvious. Many opportunities appear enticing, glittering with promise, yet only a few truly align with the essence of who you are. Shaolin teachings remind us that discernment is not hesitation, but a cultivated ability to see clearly, to distinguish what nourishes the soul from what merely distracts it. The world offers countless roads, but not all lead to the land your spirit seeks. Mindful observation is the cornerstone of this practice. Before committing energy, pause. Attend to the subtle sensations that arise within the heart and mind. Notice what feels heavy and what feels expansive. Observe without judgment, allowing intuition and awareness to guide choice. Each decision becomes a reflection of inner alignment, a signal of how well the spirit, mind, and actions resonate together. Discernment is sharpened through discipline. Daily cultivation of presence, self-reflection, and honest evaluation trains the senses to recognize authenticity. The more the inner world is in balance, the clearer the guidance becomes. Opportunities that once seemed urgent or alluring now reveal their true nature. Spiritual maturity is measured not by how many chances are taken, but by how wisely energy is invested, by choosing what resonates rather than what merely entices. The ancient masters understood that the wrong path, even one paved with success, can divert the spirit. The right path may appear subtle, quiet, or even challenging, yet it carries a resonance that speaks directly to the soul. By practicing discernment, by pausing and observing, the seeker develops an inner compass that points with unwavering clarity. Over time, each decision, guided by mindful presence and alignment, strengthens mastery and prepares the spirit to move with precision into the land that awaits, where purpose, growth, and fulfillment converge naturally. Energy is the quiet current that flows beneath every thought, every action, every intention. Shaolin masters teach that mastery begins with awareness of this inner force, qi, the life energy that courses through the body and mind. Without understanding or regulation, energy scatters, leaving the spirit restless, the mind clouded, and the path ahead obscured. When cultivated, it becomes a compass, a source of clarity, resilience, and alignment with the life meant for you. Mindfulness is the first step in this cultivation. By observing the rise and fall of emotion, the tension in the body, and the quality of thought, you begin to sense the rhythms of your own energy. Breathwork serves as the bridge between awareness and regulation. Deep, deliberate breathing calms turbulence, anchors presence, and channels qi in harmony with intention. Through these practices, the mind quiets, the body steadies, and the spirit becomes receptive to guidance, both subtle and profound. Discipline is essential in maintaining energy balance. Daily practices, whether meditation, controlled movement, or conscious attention, train the body and mind to remain coherent even in the face of chaos or challenge. Each act of regulation strengthens resilience, allowing the seeker to move through life without being pulled by distraction, fear, or reactive impulses. When energy is steady, the world becomes a mirror of clarity. Decisions arise naturally. Obstacles appear manageable, and the spirit recognizes the next steps without doubt. The path opens not because circumstances have changed, but because the inner landscape has shifted. The currents of life now flow in synchrony with your own, and the land that resonates with your spirit emerges with quiet inevitability. Ancient wisdom reminds us mastery is less about control of the external world and more about harmonizing the energy within. In that harmony, the journey unfolds with precision, grace, and a subtle power that guides every step. Gratitude is more than a fleeting feeling, it is a compass, quietly guiding the spirit toward clarity and alignment. In the wisdom of the ancients, including the Shaolin masters, acknowledging what is present cultivates an openness that cannot be forced. When the heart turns with awareness toward blessings, even the simplest moments carry insight, and the currents of life begin to reveal their direction. Daily practice of gratitude is a discipline of the soul. It is not only in moments of triumph, but in silence, in struggle, and in the unnoticed corners of life that true acknowledgement arises. By naming what nourishes the body, mind, and spirit, the seeker trains perception to recognize patterns, synchronicities, and subtle guidance that are otherwise overlooked. Humility grows in this practice, for one realizes that each breath, each encounter, each opportunity is part of a larger, unseen orchestration. Patience follows naturally from gratitude. When the spirit appreciates the present, it resists the urge to rush or demand. The mind becomes still, and the heart opens to receive not only material blessings, but the quiet nudges of intuition, the gentle signs that point toward the path meant for you. Each acknowledgement of what already exists strengthens the connection to these subtle currents, enhancing discernment and cultivating presence. Gratitude transforms perception. Small signs, an unexpected encounter, a fleeting insight, a subtle alignment begin to appear as confirmations, affirming the harmony between inner state and outer life. The more consistently the heart returns to thankfulness, the more attuned the spirit becomes to the rhythm of guidance that flows unseen but always present. Through this disciplined awareness, gratitude becomes a living practice, a lens through which the world clarifies itself. It is both anchor and compass, shaping the inner landscape so that the path, previously hidden in uncertainty, emerges with quiet certainty, pointing toward the life and land your spirit has been prepared to meet. True mastery is never found in one aspect of being alone. The mind may hold wisdom, the heart may carry feeling, and the spirit may guide intuition, but when these elements move in discord, the path remains unclear. Shaolin philosophy teaches that power arises not from force but from balance, the seamless integration of thought, emotion, and soul. Only when these currents flow together does the seeker move with precision, presence, and purpose. Integration begins with awareness. Observe the mind without judgment, feeling without attachment, and intuition without distraction. Each moment of self-reflection is a thread, weaving intellect, heart, and spirit into a single fabric of inner coherence. The disciplines of Shaolin, movement, meditation, breath, and mindful practice train this alignment. Every action becomes an opportunity to harmonize, every challenge a mirror revealing where discord lingers. Discipline is the bridge between insight and embodiment. The mind learns clarity, the heart learns openness, and the spirit learns responsiveness. Together, they form a unified guidance system, allowing decisions, actions, and responses to flow naturally from alignment rather than impulse. Life becomes less a series of struggles and more a reflection of inner coherence, each step carrying the weight and clarity of the fully integrated self. When mind, heart, and soul are in harmony, the land that matches your spirit responds accordingly. The external world mirrors this integration, presenting opportunities, people, and circumstances that resonate with the entirety of your being. There is no conflict between desire and purpose, fear and courage, thought and intuition. Ancient masters remind us that this integration is not achieved once, but cultivated continuously through discipline and mindful presence. In this balance, the seeker walks with authenticity, strength, and grace, moving inevitably toward the life that reflects the wholeness of the spirit, the clarity of the mind, and the depth of the heart. Chosen ones, the path before you has always been guided, though its movements are quiet and often unseen. Your spirit's frequency already resonates with the land that awaits you. By embracing stillness, practicing discipline, stepping forward with courage, and aligning your mind, heart, and soul, you prepare yourself to receive what has been quietly unfolding all along. Shaolin wisdom teaches that true mastery begins within. Mindfulness, reflection, and conscious presence are not mere practices. They are the keys to transforming your inner world, which in turn shapes the life and opportunities around you. Each day offers a chance to release resistance, to trust in timing, and to move with clarity rather than compulsion. When you act from this space, life itself becomes a mirror of your readiness. Take these lessons into your daily life. Pause with intention, nurture your energy, observe your thoughts and emotions, and step courageously beyond comfort. Let gratitude guide your awareness and allow discernment to lead your choices. Through these small, consistent acts, your inner mastery grows, and the outer world naturally aligns with the essence of your spirit. Walk this path with patience, trust, and presence, knowing that each moment of stillness, discipline, and awareness draws you closer to the life prepared for you. The journey is both quiet and profound, and your spirit already knows the way. If these teachings resonate, allow them to ripple outward. Like and subscribe to Shaolin Soulfire, and continue walking this path of inner mastery, presence, and alignment with the life your soul was meant to inhabit.